Welcome back. If you saw my last couple of videos, you know that they didn't go quite the way that I had hoped that they would, and I got a little bit down about it, but that's okay, because I've reminded myself occasionally that I'm just playing chess for fun, and one of the ways that I do that is I just play a few Blitz games just for fun. I don't care that much, really, about my Blitz rating on either site. I just play 3+2. I'm going to go ahead and click that. A couple of warnings ahead of time. If you're new here, I'm not a titled player, I'm not a chess coach or an expert, I'm just a random person trying to get better at chess and have fun with it. And whether you've watched my videos before or not, just keep in mind, I don't know what's going to happen once I click the 3+2 button. I might get a person that disconnects, I might get somebody that plays an outlandish opening that I just have to roll with. I have to remind myself of that too. Also, I might have to crop this screen right after I click this button, because I think I've cropped it right. Doesn't look good on the home page, but once I get to the game page, it should be right, but I might take a few seconds to crop it. So let's click it and see what happens. Okay. We have been paired, and it does look like it's cropped very close to correct. They have played a very interesting opening. I think I can play d5 to that. And then maybe put my knight here. I don't know what this opening is called. I have no idea. And unlike chess.com, Lee Chess does not put the name of the opening there on the move list. I'm actually going to recrop that just a little bit, drag the bottom up, and then pull this corner down a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. They've moved the other knight out. I think I can get this knight out here. It's kind of turned into the bird's opening, hasn't it? Which is what we got in my last rapid game. I don't know if that's coming for here or not. Let's attack that knight and see if it comes in here or here. I don't know where it's going to go. Oh, it went out there. I don't know what good that does. Does that do anything? Can't come here or here. Can we? Does it have anywhere left to go? Might have to sacrifice itself for that pawn. I guess they could get 2 pawns for a knight that way? No, they couldn't, because I have my knight guarding that square too. But they might have something else up their sleeve. That happens. I'm going to try to keep an eye out for it. I'm not familiar with whatever opening it is that they started with, knight to c3. I've seen that once or twice before, but okay. I don't know if I should take that or not. I think I should. And then play this so I can get my dark squared bishop out. Where? What? Oh, they're going to castle that way? Okay. Then I should probably go ahead and put this guy here and castle. I was thinking about coming in there, but their queen's guarding that spot. So I will castle first. Probably need to get my queen off the back rank here pretty quick. Whoops, they're heading down this way. Okay. Can I put a stop to it like that? Oh, that might not have been a good move, but I saw that I had a couple of pieces aiming here. Aim at that rook for a second and then knock off one of their bishops. I don't know. Or I could just leave it there for a second. How about that? Just leave it there for a second. See what they want to do about it. Oh, that's not as protected as I would like it to be. Let's go up here with my queen. I do see that this also guards that bishop from behind in case they needed to move their queen. So that might have been one of the reasons that they put that knight out there. I don't know. Nope, it was that. Okay. I don't want to create another isolated pawn here, so I'm just going to take with my queen. I assume they're going to move their bishop there, and then I'm going to come back. Yeah, that's kind of what I assumed would happen. Okay. Good job, bishop. Everybody's proud of you. You too, man. You guys are doing great. I was being a little sarcastic there because those were very simple one-move threats, very transparent. Oh, I didn't hear it, but they moved their rook over. Yeah, there was nothing to either of those threats, but it looks like I can pick off a free pawn here, and then they're going to have to block with their bishop there, aren't they? Because I've just pinned their queen to their king, yeah. So I'm up 3 points of material according to my count, so I think it should be good for me to take that. I'm going to take it. And then I just have to be careful, I think. Okay, I can come here, but then I don't know where I would go after that. They could just attack it with the pawn. Not that they should, but they might. I'm going to finally develop this piece, maybe come around this way, and then I can pull a rook over to the open file, I think. Or I should probably start throwing pawns down there at their king. This game actually feels like it's taking a long time compared to when I usually play Blitz. I could also challenge their bishop here. Oh, they just moved it. Okay, well, then maybe let's start throwing pawns. That might be their idea too. That might have been why they moved their bishop, so that they could shoot a pawn forward here. And if so, you know, good for them. They're thinking about it. Also, highly recommended. Maybe they're gauging how important it is that I've thrown a pawn forward, if they should do something about it. I have no idea what they're thinking about right now, but they are taking their time. Or maybe they've come up with a foolproof plan and they're waiting till the last second to implement it. I have no idea. I do know some opponents try to take the time like this to throw me off balance, but I'm ready. I have my hand on the mouse depending on what they do. Oop, they just got the warning there that they're under 20 seconds. What are they going to do? Don't know. We'll find out. 13, 12, to 11, okay. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but it obviously depends on what they do. I'm going to have to just kind of watch for it. Are they just going to let the rest of their time go? They did just let the rest of their time go. Okay. Well, and I haven't played Blitz over here in a little while, so I got 15 points for that. Should we analyze it? I think the point at which I went ahead was when they trapped their own knight, but I'm not sure. It might have been when they moved the knight on move 1. Let's click the analysis board. It kind of fits on the screen, but you can see what I was complaining about in a previous video. Every single page, the game page versus the analysis page versus the board editor page versus the play against stockfish page versus the practice page, the board is in a slightly different position on every page. So no matter how you align the cropping for this recording program, every page is slightly different. Just a heads up, if you know anybody that works for LeadChess or chess.com, that's really frustrating. Did you come here because this is the Old Man Complains About Stuff channel? If so, then you got what you came for. Okay, now down here it says stockfish. Oh, it's below your screen. Where the little graph is populating across the bottom, it says stockfish 16. But up there, it says stockfish 14 plus. So I don't know if there's a way to get stockfish 16 up there for that analysis. But it's okay. I was ahead from move 1. According to the graph, can you see that? No. Okay. Well, let's go back there then and turn this on. Is there a way to change that? No, there is not a way to change which stockfish is being used up here. As far as I can tell, there's not. So that's going to use 14. But anyway, yeah, that move gave me an advantage immediately, and stockfish thinks that d5 was my best move. They should have played d4 here, but they didn't. I wondered if that was a misclick or not. Oh, it says I should have pushed right then. Oh, I didn't even think of that. But c5 was next. Okay, so I was ahead from there. And they played one of their best moves, what's the opening book call this? This is okay, Van Geet is when you open with knight to c3. I thought it might have transposed into the bird or something. Bird's opening, once they played f4, because I faced that the other day, but it didn't. And they're already out of book? Oh, in the Masters. What about the LeadChess database? Okay, there's still a few hundred games that have been played in this position. And yeah, I should have played d4 immediately, according to stockfish. Okay, well, I played the most common move here, which was knight to c6. Okay. And they got the other knight out. d4 is again my best move, but I wasn't sure, so I played this knight, and I didn't see d4 until here. And now it's not listed as my top move. Now moving this bishop out here is listed as my top move. But I thought that would encourage them to put their knight in the middle. It says that they probably wouldn't. Interesting. Okay, no, it's changed its mind. d4 was my best move. Okay. And that is where I went ahead because their knight was trapped, and what they should have done was put it here. It wasn't trapped until they moved it the other way. Yeah, that was their one blunder of the game. They had no mistakes, only 2 inaccuracies, but that blunder put us at -7. Oh, you can't see mine. I had 0 mistakes, 0 inaccuracies, 0 blunders, 96% accuracy. Okay, I'm happy with that. There's no reason to go any further. I just wanted to confirm that was where I wanted to confirm 2 things. 1, that I responded correctly to the opening, and 2, that this is where things went wrong for them, and it was. They should have put it here. I assumed that they also could have put it back where it goes, or over here, and those would have been okay as well. Yes, not as good as e4, but again, they were behind from move 1. Since I didn't respond ridiculously with a lot of blunders, they've been behind since move 1, but this is where they really went behind by trapping their own knight. And now they have nothing to do with it except take the d4 pawn. And now they're just down a knight for a pawn. Okay. Is there a way from here to click new 3+2? There isn't. So I'm just going to go back to the home page and do another one. Shake the sillies out of my mouse hand there, and let's go. Nothing worse than getting a mouse cramp. Oh, I heard the ding before the board showed up. Oh, I get the white pieces this time. I think I can just push on that one, can't I? Again, don't know what the opening is called, and it doesn't list it here like it does on the other website. I assume once they move it, I can go ahead and defend it with D, whatever that's called, D4. I used to play it every day and then I couldn't think of the name of it. Then now I'd like to get some knights and bishops out over here in castle, is my plan. I don't know if I was supposed to have challenged this one more time. Probably not. I want to play as principled as possible. I've taken a big chunk of the center and now they're attacking the rear pawn, but the rear pawn's defended. I'm going to defend it again because I needed to get this knight out anyway. And then at some point I can get this light squared bishop out, depending on what they play, of course. That was one thing they could have played, and they did. So I guess just put this here, and they might play the A pawn to threaten it, but if they don't, I will castle, I think. They didn't. Okay. Then I should castle, and it looks like they're preparing to castle as well. Okay. I want to put this up here, because that will allow me to hide my bishop if I need to. Oh, they went right past me. Okay. I was not expecting that. Another reason I played this was not only so I could hide the bishop later, but so neither one of their knights could go here. But now it looks like they can. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, then let's attack. Whoops. Then let's attack this knight. So it can go there. It did. Okay. And can we attack it one more time? But then it can come in here where I could take it. Or there where I could take it. Is it trapped now? Oh no, now it can go back where it was. I don't want to do that. What do I want to do? I think I want to keep pushing here. Like this. Oh, they're coming after the bishop. Sneaky. Could I... Oh, I don't have anything guarding this pawn except the bishop. Oh, that was masterful. Not really, but I want to do that. If they take my bishop, I'll take their bishop. I don't know if that's their plan or not. Oh, okay. Now they're going to take my bishop, I assume. We've just opened this all wide open, haven't we? If they take here, I think I can safely take with my queen. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, but I think. What? Oh, they resigned. Okay, well, that surprised me just a little bit. Again, I think it was their first move. I don't know that it was counted as a mistake necessarily or an inaccuracy, but I think this is 2 games in a row where their first move was a problem. Getting the knight out where my e-pawn could just push one forward and take it. Now, if I had played d4 as my first move, that's a good response, knight to f6. But when you play e-pawn, I don't think knight to f6 is a good response. But I could be wrong about that. Again, this is slightly off the screen, but I'm not going to try to recrop between every analysis and every game. I'm going to request a computer analysis. And again, Stockfish 16 is doing the analysis, whereas 14 is what's going to provide me with the list up here. Okay, this says I was ahead the whole time, but not by a lot. And here, this time I did have one mistake, and I think you can see it since I had the white pieces. I did have one mistake. It looks like it was move 4, but my opponent made a mistake on move 3. That's what, there's a peak in the graph there. Oh, you can just about see it right here. Yeah, there's a peak right there where my opponent made the mistake, and then I followed it up. Okay, well, let's go back to the beginning here. And when I played this, is there a name for what they played? The Alekhine defense. Okay. Yeah, e5 is probably best. c5, e6. I don't know what Stockfish would say if I had 4 lines showing up there, but that is called the Alekhine defense. So it actually is a thing, and e5 was my best response, according to the engine, and that was theirs, and d4 was my best next move. Okay, but now they're supposed to immediately challenge this with d6, or they could play e6, I guess, which would let out their queens and bishops here. One of those two is their next move. But when they played that, oh, I should have played this immediately. Well, I didn't know because they have so many places they could go. And f4 was my next best, really. So knight to f3 was counted as a mistake because it wasn't one of those 2 moves. But that was my only mistake. And I think my opponent must have had 1 more. Oh, it said they had a total of 3. Inaccurate, inaccurate. I can get rid of this opening book. But we did okay through about here. They should have taken first. And then when I dropped back. Okay. I wondered about that. In fact, when I pushed this pawn, I expected them to take, and then I was going to take here. But I wasn't sure what to do after that. But because they moved back first, it allowed me to play d6, which was my best move. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. And then they should have taken it with the pawn, and then I would have taken, and then they could have gotten their bishop out this way. But instead, they gave up their bishop for a pawn. And then after this, it says I'm up +7, even if they make their best move. I would have guessed closer to +3 because I'm just up a piece, because they gave the bishop up for the pawn. I don't know why they didn't take with the other pawn. But anyway, I have time for at least one more, so let's just do that. Yeah, I guess it is the NNUE because I was noticing my PC's tower fan came on during that analysis. All right, I've clicked the 3+2 again. Oh, I got the white pieces twice in a row. Oh, we got the Sicilian. Okay. Let's see. I think I can play C3 here and then aim for D4. What am I supposed to play if they do that? Not D4, I don't think. Let's see. If I play here and they take and I take and they take and I take. Oh, we still come out even. Wouldn't that be okay then? Oh. We're just going to take them all. All right. There they go. They're gone. All those, man, that guy was playing fast, or person was playing fast. I don't know it's a guy. And I'm trying to not assume that. Oh, that was a mistake, wasn't it? That was the only thing defending that pawn there, guy. Oh, and then I can just get away now. Pretty sure. Just like this, probably. Actually, that might not have been the best. Actually, that was the best spot because that would have been open to a discovered attack here. So now they don't want to castle over there, and they don't want to castle over here because look at that. So I think I did okay, but I could be wrong. Whoa. You attacked my king. Whoop, whoop. That's not good, is it? Let's, can we defend this way? I don't know if that's good or not. Oh, that's an interesting color. It's a really light blue there when I pre-moved. I think I made a mistake in this one because of this. I'm going to have to get that knight out here pretty quick. Yeah, they can just go ahead and take this now and get my rook. Maybe that's what they're thinking about. Oh, they let my rook out. Okay, thank you. Yeah, they could have taken that first, and then they would have gotten the rook for sure. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Well, let's get some stuff out in castle. I can still castle. I mean, they can too, but I don't know if they want to with their big hole there. Maybe they're going to put their rook on that big hole. Can I come here? No, their bishop's defending that. Oh, but I can go here, and then they'll check me. So I should move my king first, right? Or put this here first. That's what I should do, is put this here first, and then play f4. Whoop, I just gave up a pawn. Okay. I can still play this, though. All those spots are covered, so they have to go back one way or the other. Not sure how far they want to go back, but they do have to do that. And then I think I can fork the knight and the rook. I think I'm doing okay, but I could be wrong. I am very often wrong. If they move the rook, I get the knight. If they move the knight, depends on where they move it, I might just have to take the knight. Like if they put the knight on one of these spots, I think I'll just have to take it. Then they can save their rook. So they might as well save the rook now. Also, their other rook is still under fire here. Pretty quick. Oh, you know what? I think I should just take it, right? No, I want to take that free rook so bad, and then they can take mine, and we'll do this. I came out of an exchange ahead on that deal, I think. Let's see if I can check them here. Okay, and then I can take this piece and maybe threaten the bishop, which they can't move now, nor can they protect. What? Where's that going? Oh, are they trying to check me? Well, whoop, they resigned. I was about to take the bishop. Oh, I think I did okay in that one too. Now this time I think the point at which I went ahead was a little bit later, I think. I'm guessing because it felt like I fell for something early on and then my opponent made a mistake after that. But I'm going to, once again, check the analysis because I don't know if I did the right thing by playing d4 when I did, when they had e5 and c5 up there. Yeah, it doesn't look, the graph shows that it was pretty flat until probably after that. But I think maybe they weren't supposed to do that full exchange. It was when they took my knight that was the problem. Before that, we were even. They should have checked first. I think perhaps obviously because then if I blocked the check with my bishop or my knight here, then they could take this for free. So I would have to be careful to block here. And then it says they can just leave this tension and get out their other knight. But that's if they had played bishop to b4 check first. They also could have just gotten out their other knight now, and then I could have played this, and we would have ended up in the same position anyway for those first two lines. Their next best line was queen to a5 check, which I should have blocked here. Okay. But instead they took here, which was, it's listed as a mistake, but we're still within +1 and -1. And of course I'm supposed to take it, the only move that's not a blunder. That was a mistake on their part, not because it gave up the pawn, Well, Stockfish says it's my second best move to take that pawn. I should just get the knight out. Really? Well, because then they would play here, wouldn't they? But then I would push my pawn. Wait. No, why would they play here knowing that I'm about to push the pawn? I get my knight out. What? Sorry. Okay, now it's not. It still says that's among their top 3 moves. What, a6 or king to f8 to protect that pawn? But then, wait, no, a6 isn't on there anymore. Now it's d6. Okay, but this is still their best move, and it definitely says I would push my pawn, and they would leave their bishop there. Why would they leave their bishop there? And why? Okay, yeah, why wouldn't they put it back? That's their second best move to put it back. Okay, well, why is that not as good as the first best move? Now because I go here, bishop to c4. I have to follow it out a few more because I still don't see what the big advantage is. At this point, I'm not up a piece yet or anything. And their best move is to challenge my queen, and I would just slide over. Oh, and then I would be aiming there. Okay. d5 and d6 are their second and third best moves. I don't get all of that. I do get that when they took it allowed me to come here, which I'm pointing at their g-pawn, but all they have to do is get this. Wait. Their best move is to play knight to e7, and then I would get my knight out, and then from there they can put their knight here and threaten my queen. And then their bishop is still defending that. That's one thing that I used to miss a lot until very recently. I think I'm getting better about remembering that my bishops guard these 2 pawns. And so if they have a queen lined up with that pawn from any direction, I have to leave this bishop here until I can defend that pawn another way. I've gotten better at seeing that. My opponent missed it here, and I still don't understand the other line. I followed it out, 4 or 5 moves. I don't understand why that's better than taking the pawn. Because it looks like taking the pawn is fine. And in fact, it is +3 something here. That was their best move because it saves the rook. My best move. That wasn't among their best moves. It gives me +5, and I was supposed to block with my bishop. Now see here, I don't need the bishop defending that b-pawn anymore because the queen isn't threatening it right now. In fact, I can't even draw an arrow to it right now. But when they moved, now they're threatening that, which is why it counted that as an inaccuracy on the move list here, but it says what they should have done is come over here, I guess offering a queen trade. Well, it's changed its mind again. It's queen to c5 is now where it says they should have gone, or h5, or e5. Well, I thought that was good because it threatens the pawn that I've just quit defending. Stockfish says my best move is to let him have that pawn. Wait, what? Why wouldn't they take it? It's their second best. Well, for a second there, it was listed as their second best move because I can go here and then they have to run away. And then I can go here, and they have to run away. And why am I so much farther ahead now? Because I can play knight to d5. Okay, yeah. So I don't understand why that was counted as so bad, and I don't understand why I should play this in response to it, or this. Because it looks like it just gives up the pawn, and their queen can get away. It's not trapped in any way. I thought I had to defend this pawn. I'm not going to defend it here because the bishop's pointed there. So I defended it here. It counted as a blunder on my part, but I'm still ahead a little bit. Yeah, okay. This is where I said they should have taken here. They definitely should have, because I couldn't have taken back. If I had taken back, I just would have lost my queen for a bishop. They should have taken here now. I would have had to take here first. When they took back, then I would play here, saving my rook the same way that they saved their rook over there. Okay, I don't know if I would have found that or not, but yeah, like I said during the game, they should have taken here first, but the fact that they traded queens first let my rook get away. It is still their best move to take that pawn, but then I can move my rook, and they're good. They made a mistake by going there. It's not counted as a mistake, but it wasn't among their top 3 moves, I should say. They should have gone all the way back, or to here. Not sure what's special about that, except maybe it aims at the f2 pawn, or even all the way back there so they could eventually castle behind it and just kind of use it as a pawn. But that wasn't among their top 3 moves. Oh, I should have played f4 immediately. I was more concerned about castling, which is why I played that. I should have played f4 immediately again, or f3 even, because f3 would have protected this pawn. f4 would have indirectly protected that pawn by forcing the bishop to move. The bishop would have come in this way, and then I would have not done that. Okay, well, okay, so that brought us back. That's not an inaccuracy, that's a mistake. Look at that. We're at +3. Castling takes us down to +1. That's 2/3 of my lead. I think that should be a mistake, not an inaccuracy. And that wasn't among my best moves. Is it because it gives up this pawn? It wasn't. Oh, wait, it was a blunder for them to take it. Okay. Yeah, see, this game surprised me a little bit because the mistakes weren't where I thought they were. And now f4 is my second best move, but bishop to d5. Oh, I should have done the fork now. Okay. I didn't see the fork yet. I saw the fork a little bit later, but I did this first, which is okay. It's actually the third best move to just take that pawn. That wasn't horrible. This was my best move because I finally saw the fork, and they should have saved the rook immediately and let me have the knight. But by doing that, oh, it says I should have taken the knight first. I lost half my lead by taking the rook, which allows them to take here and me to take there. But I still had my bishop. I thought it was okay because I got the rook for free and then gave up my rook for a knight. Wait, that's not the rook for free. That's a rook for a rook, and then I got a knight from it. Okay. It worked out. Oh, and I should have taken that pawn immediately. I didn't have time to say it during the game, but I did see the pawn. I just thought maybe checking first and then taking it. Yeah, and I should have taken it here, and I did. Okay. They should have played d5. Really? Why? Because I was still going to take there, and it would be check. Maybe I shouldn't have at that point. But then they resigned before I had a chance to take it. Okay. That worked out well. I'm happy that I won all 3 games. At least in my memory I did. Hopefully that's actually what happened. Hopefully I haven't lost my mind that far yet. But I feel good about this video, which is the reason that I did this. Playing Blitz for fun. And I hope that I would have felt at least okay if I hadn't had won all of those games or any of them. I had a bad day yesterday and a bad couple of videos before that. Maybe not bad, but weak. I felt discouraged and frustrated. But this worked out well. Thank you for spending your time here. And I'll see you next time.